This is a national emergency.
Detonator charged.
A very good afternoon to all my friends and all my subscribers. It's a bit late. I went to see this movie, which was Oppenheimer. So मैंने ये मूवी हो गया कुछ दिन और मैं सोच रहा था रिव्यू दूँ, लेकिन मैं थोड़े काम पे बिजी था एंड अभी यूट्यूब में उतना मैं वीडियोस नहीं दे सक रहा हूँ. लेकिन आई ट्राई टू कीप सम वीडियोस एंड आई ट्राई टू कीप दिस चैनल एक्टिव because it's not good कि मैंने एक चैनल चलाया और I'm not giving time to time, but there are certain commitments and there are certain things which I can't say everything in the YouTube. Anyways, that's a part. Coming back to this movie Oppenheimer. So Oppenheimer is a movie which was this year it's like ये साल का सबसे बड़ा movie का hype था कि this movie is by Christopher Nolan and he's an exceptional filmmaker, and his way of filmmaking, like from you can say the Inception and जो आपका movie था उसका Batman का जो trilogy था Interstellar, he has given masterpiece after masterpiece, and his way of filmmaking is totally different if you see like other filmmakers of Hollywood. So he has a different way of telling the stories. So it's like some people they get to understand the movie and some people don't. So people who don't, for them they will find this movie out of their mind. Like Inception, if you see Inception movie also, it was like some people understood, some people didn't understand. Again that movie Tenet also. तो उनका जो है वे ऑफ फिल्म मेकिंग टोटली डिफरेंट है और उनका जो कॉन्सेप्ट है वो आपको थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा समझने के लिए. So let's come back to the movie. Oppenheimer is a movie which was based on the American Prometheus. So this was a biography. It was by Kate Bird and Martin J. Sherwin. Now this book, इसमें जो है इस book में जो Robert Oppenheimer है, who is the pioneer of the atomic bomb, it's based on him. So he's the person. He's an American theoretical physicist who was developing the nuclear weapon as a part of the Manhattan Project. Now, let us go back to a bit history now. So what happened is that during the war, which is between the Germans and the Allies, so these people, they came to know that the Germans, they were making a bomb. So US, they got into, they were like, what will we do? Because if Germans, they give this bomb, then we'll lose this war. So they thought of, getting in touch with some good scientists. So this person who was this Robert Oppenheimer, he suggested about this project. So then that time the president he said, okay, let's start this project. So they started this project in a it's a place called as Los Santos, and there they set up all the engineers, physicists, everybody. And they were family also. They used to camp there, and there they made this project of making the atomic bomb. Now this plot is based on Robert Oppenheimer. So he is suffering from homesickness and anxiety while he was studying in Cambridge. So what happened, he missed a lot of lectures, and once happened he injects an apple with cyanide to kill his professor. But later on he tells that like don't eat this apple. So after that it's based on his life. So when he completes his PhD in physics and he goes to University of Göttingen in Germany, there he meets Werner Heisenberg. Then when he meets Heisenberg, he gets inspired to make this bomb. Then when he comes to United States, he expands, he studies quantum physics, and he begins teaching at University of California. So in his he was teaching there, and where he meets his future wife. She's a biologist and an ex-communist. So this is a bit of a, there was also investigation that he is with the Communist Party and that all, that is also there in the movie. Now what happens in 1942, a US Army general, he recruits Oppenheimer to lead the Manhattan Project to develop an atomic bomb after Oppenheimer assures Groves that he doesn't have any link with Communist Party. So Oppenheimer, who is a Jewish, he is actually a Jewish, is he's driven by the possibility of Nazis completing the nuclear weapon. जो कि मैं बोला था पहले कि उन लोगों को लग रहा था कि न्यूक्लियर वेपन बनेगा, जो कि है नाजी लोग, वो लोग एक न्यूक्लियर वेपन बना रहे, तो ऐसा बात चलने में आया था. तो ओपेनहाइमर ने सजेस्ट किया, तो इन्होंने लॉस एल्मोस बोल के एक प्रोजेक्ट स्टार्ट किया, जगह है जो कि न्यू मैक्सिको में. उन्होंने वहाँ पे बैठ के दे सेट अप दिस बेस and they were creating the bomb, and he coordinates this other sites, and there were other sites as well in Chicago and all, and they were all coordinating. And he also, Albert Einstein ko bhi he visit karta hai to discuss how an atomic bomb can trigger an unstoppable chain reaction. So chain reaction is like, when these atoms they meet together and they diffuse, so a lot of chain reactions happen. That is, ये थोड़ा आपका science के ऊपर चल रहा है. So, then again, when the Germany surrenders in the World War II, what happens is that some project they don't give this much importance. Like, see, already the war is over and Germany has surrendered. So now what US thinks is that already the allies, they are like, okay, Germany has surrendered. So what will happen? Let us stop this project now. But then again, what happened is that that importance was growing less. But later on, Oppenheimer, he assures that the bomb is necessary to win the war with Japan. Because if you talk about there was a three Axis and the Allies. In Axis, it was the Italy and Germany and Japan. So Germany के साथ तो war खत्म हो चुका है. Hitler बोल रहा है कि Hitler he died in the bunker. So Hitler के साथ war खत्म हो चुका है. अभी हम जाएंगे कि इटली को छोड़ के जापान के साथ वॉर चल रहा है. तो जापान क्या करता है कि वो जो हमारा जो पर्ल हार्बर है उसमें अटैक हो जाता है, और जो कि है अमेरिका का बहुत आदमी मरते हैं. तो रिवेंज लेने के लिए और वॉर को एंड करने के लिए एक कॉन्फ्रेंस था, जिसमें जो है उन्होंने बोला था कि ये बॉम्ब सक्सेसफुल हो सकता है और उन्होंने ऑलरेडी टेस्ट कर चुका है, एंड दे शुड मेक दिस बॉम्ब एंड देन ओनली दे कैन विन दिस वॉर विद जापान. But he is also, he was haunted by the destruction and the suffering. So अंदर ही अंदर उनको लग रहा था. So Oppenheimer, what happens? It against Oppenheimer ने ये भी बोला है कि further nuclear development जो कि है हम लोग को all countries के साथ we have to form an alliance so that there will be no people making the bomb. So what happened is that after this Oppenheimer criticizes to Einstein. Then at a hearing, there was a hearing and there were some enemies of Oppenheimer and they wanted to remove Oppenheimer. So Oppenheimer was betrayed by his teller and other associates. So there is a person called Strauss. He exploits Oppenheimer association with current and former communists. So this part is done by RDJ. It's nice to see RDJ after a long time. And he was the Iron Man, and this time his character is a bit negative. So what happened is that then they put they held a jury and they put him in the jury, and every day he meets this jury and then he explains his innocence. So this movie is based on that. So, and later on when later on it comes to know that that it was just these people, they were trying to target him, Oppenheimer, and Oppenheimer is innocent. He doesn't have any link with Communist Party. So later on they realize, and then the president, who is the Lyndon J. Johnson, he gives Oppenheimer a Enrico Fermi Award. So this is the whole story. There are some spoilers. So if you have not seen this movie, please don't watch this review. Now this movie, I'll tell you. Screenplay is exceptional. Script is very good. The movie duration is a bit longer. I think they could have edited some scenes. Okay. Now let's talk about the cast. Cillian Murphy has done a good job as a J. Oppenheimer. And Emily Blunt is there at his wife, Matt Damon. Matt Damon का भी role बहुत ही अच्छा था. He was the general. And the best part I like about this movie is Robert Downey Jr. He has done an exceptional job as the villain. So Florence Pugh is also there. Apart from that, this was the cast, and this movie took a long time in making. And one more, the best part of this movie is that he has not used any CGI in the atomic bomb blast. Now, some parts, there were a lot of, this movie, it contains a lot of people dialogue. So some parts I found it a bit boring, okay. But that is my, my opinion. But more or less, this was the very best movie I have seen so far of this year. Apart from some scenes where they were talking too much, and these scenes could have been edited properly, and if they would have shown the more of the bomb blast, that would have been more more interesting. But still, this movie, it stands apart from other movies I have seen. End of the day, I would giving a rating out of 10. Actually, I would give it a rating of 8. 8 to, let's say, 9. Okay. Because I find certain parts वो थोड़ा एडिट होता था. वो डायलॉग थोड़ा अगर मतलब थोड़ा एडिट हो जाता था तो और मज़ेदार होता, और बॉम्ब मेकिंग को ज़्यादा दिखाता तो ज़्यादा अच्छा होता. तो ये मूवी मुझे बहुत ही अच्छी लगी. यू कैन गो विथ योर फैमिली एंड वॉच दिस मूवी. बट इफ यू वॉच दिस मूवी, यू शुड नो सर्टन थिंग्स अबाउट साइंस. Because if you don't know these certain facts, then you won't enjoy this movie. And this movie is getting good response, and tickets are full. And some reviewer, they उन्होंने भी इसका मतलब दिया है. कोई कोई मैं I follow some reviews, I won't take their names. They have said ये बकवास मूवी है, ये मतलब बहुत ही लंबा मूवी है. बकवास तो मूवी नहीं है. अगर आप बकवास बोल रहे हो तो आपको आई थिंक यू डोंट नो अबाउट मूवी, और आप हॉलीवुड मूवी ना ही देखो तो अच्छा है. तो ये मूवी का फिल्म मेकिंग आपको थोड़ा समझना लगेगा, टाइम लगेगा. बट यू विल एंजॉय दिस मूवी बिकॉज यू विल गेट टू नो लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स, बिकॉज वी वर नॉट देयर ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम. एंड हिस्ट्री वी कम टू नो लाइक what is what, and but there are certain aspects of this bomb, like what happens and how it destroys the human, how it affects the people. And till now in Hiroshima, like the babies also, they are who are born, they are having some deformity. So that is the impact. But nevertheless, a good movie. Love the screenplay and everything. I would just say it's a one and all. It's a very good movie, and it's so far like Christopher Nolan has not disappointed in this movie as well. I would just say it's a masterpiece. So please watch this movie, Oppenheimer.